In this demonstration, we'll learn how to install the Docker CE or the Moby project on Windows Server 2022. We'll then create a new container to interact with it and see the container running. Then we'll create a new container to run an IIS instance. So to get started, let's look at the Windows Containers documentation page, and you can see that we have a PowerShell script to get started. I'm going to copy this script and paste it in PowerShell. The script we just ran restarted the server. It installed the containers extension on this Windows Server 2022 machine, and it also downloaded other components like Docker to the server to then enable it. Now we can run Docker commands like, for example, Docker version to check the Docker version that was installed. I can run commands like Docker images, but I have no images downloaded yet. So next, what we're going to do is we're going to pull the server core image so we can run new containers based on that container image. For that, I can run Docker pull and then the name of the image that I want to pull. In this case, the LTSC 2022 is the image that is going to match the same version that I have running as a container host. Now this process takes a while to complete, so we're going to go skip ahead and see the image pulled. Alright, so I cleaned up the screen so you can better visualize the PowerShell session, but the pull process finished here, so our image is now downloaded to the Windows Server 2022 host. I can check my images with Docker images. And you can see that the image that I just pulled is now listed as an available image to be used. So now what I can do is I can run the Docker run command and run a new container based on that image that we just pulled. So the Docker run is going to start a new container, and the -it is going to be used for an interactive session. This is the image I'm using as the base for the new container, and then this is going to open a PowerShell session. So I'm going to click enter, and in a few seconds my container will be started and the PowerShell session will begin. Alright, so inside of the container, it feels like as if I'm in a regular Windows environment. So for example, I can look at the directories, and I can run, for example, who am I to see the user that I'm logged with, and I'm using the container administrator account. I can run the host name to see what is the name that was given to this container, which is not exactly relevant, but it's still a regular Windows command that you would find in any PowerShell session. Now let's exit this container and go back to the container host. So on the container host, I can use now the command docker ps -a, and what that gives me is the view of all the containers that are placed in this container host. Now, the container that I just exited actually has the status of like exited, and the container is not running anymore. So I can simply run the docker rm and say, what is the ID of my container? And as you can see with the docker ps -a, no containers are available at this container host anymore. So now that we've seen how to interact with a container, let's look at how to deploy an IIS container instance. For that, I'm going to need another container image that I don't have yet called IIS, and we're going to use the tag for LTSC 2022. So let's use the docker pull command again, and I'm going to paste here the name of the image I want to pull with the tag Windows Server Core -LTSC 2022. Let's go ahead. And the first thing you notice here is that there are two layers that already exist. And this is because the IIS image is built upon the Server Core container image. So the previous two layers are actually server core layers, and then all the layers that are needed are the IIS one, so you don't download the same layers again. Alright, so with that, we have the image here now pulled, and we can use this to build another container from this image. So let's look at the images again. You see that I have two images now, the server core and the IIS one, and I'm going to run a similar command than previously, but I'm going to change a few parameters. Like for example, I'm going to use docker run, and I'm going to say -d, that different from the previous command, this is going to run the container detached from the PowerShell session. It's not going to be interactive. I'm also going to say that I want to open a port, so I'm going to use a -b, and this is because by default, Docker creates a network for the containers. What that means is that if you want to access the containers itself from the host, you need to map a port from the host to a port of the container. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to map the port 8080 from the host to a port 80 of the container. Now, alternatively, you can create other types of networks with Docker, and you can give an external IP address for the containers directly, so you don't have to interact with the host like I'm doing here, but this is not part of our demonstration for now. Now that I mapped the port, I can say what is the image I want to use. I'm going to paste the name of the image again, and basically that's it. I'm going to click enter, and this is going to run a container. There you go. So now that my container is running, I can use the docker ps again to see the containers that are running. And let's explore a few things that are showing up here. So first of all, this container is up, different from the one that we exited. The image that we are using is the IIS one. You can see that there's a command running inside of the container. And this is because if there was nothing to run, Docker would simply exit the container and stop the container. So with IIS, there's a service monitor executable that keeps running in the background to keep the container open. Now, you can also notice that the IP address of the host, which is basically represented by zeros here, is targeting the port 8080 to the port 80 of the container. So now let's test if this is actually working. So I'm going to open a web browser, and I'm going to target the local host with the port 8080, and this should open the IIS welcome page inside of the container. So remember, the 8080 port is being mapped to the 80 port of the container, and the full installation of IIS brings the IIS welcome page when you first load it. So now we have our container running. If I go back and I have my container here and I use docker rm and provide the ID, you can see that I cannot remove the container until I stop it. So let's go ahead and use the docker stop to stop the container. And now I can run the docker rm to remove the container. If I run docker ps -a, no containers are running anymore on this host. If I want to bring a container back up again, I can simply run the docker run command again, and another instance of the container will be placed on this host just like the first one. And there you go. So in this demonstration, we showed how to install the Docker CE or the Moby project on Windows Server 2022. We then interacted with a new container based on the server core image, and then we created a new container to host an IIS instance with the port mapped from the container host to the container itself.